Welcome back to Kaiserpunk, episode number 11. Moving into a more specialized area that I haven't really looked at. We used to only go off of the produced category to shrink that list down to what we're working with. But now that we're in the later stages, we're nearly working with everything. Nearly. Not quite, but nearly. And the list of zero in stock items has grown quite short. Now, we are far enough ahead of the other nations that we can't really count on them having anything, so importing is highly improbable for us. We theoretically have the strongest economy, therefore, we need to produce in house. There are two glaring blanks where we have no items. One is steel, and we've almost created a positive balance there. Since we've gotten into heavy military production, the requirement for steel went up drastically, and we've tried to meet that demand, but we're not quite there yet. So we'd like to get a positive balance going there. I'd love to see steel just like maxed out 3.2k, have plenty in reserve so that we can rapidly do projects as things get unlocked, because most of what's here is military goods of the highest tiers, and some really expensive things. Some of it's a little less so. I mean, machine guns you'll get into a little faster. We bypassed blimps, never made any of those, as those were tier 1. But the steel, and I guess radios again. That's radios taken care of. Now I just need to find the steel. Luckily, production on steel is quite high. With the bonuses, we're up to 33. So, 2 of these will far exceed the negative balance that we had and see us grow pretty rapidly. We've also reached a stage here where we are doing a lot of land reclamation here, but it's working. It's working for us. Yeah, suddenly we have a massive positive balance on steel, so that should help us real quick get something in stock. And actually radios at the moment are also showing up in stock, giving us at least something. There are these big negative balances, but there's only a few of them that it is showing to be problematic. Biggest of which is diesel. We added to our Navy, and suddenly, and our Air Force for that matter, and suddenly the diesel that was almost keeping up is not at all. So let's make sure we get a lot of diesel production on the go here once again. We'll get it when we come back. Let's go to the world map and see what we can do. Okay, we have our 1st Battalion here. These guys have moved inland, or are moving inland anyway. They moved into South America. And they finished that last garrison off, moving into the interior. And the Navy continues to go around after we did circumvent the Mali naval unit. That other one did move back towards Mali, so hopefully we can sneak past before they come back over. Air Force, how we looking? We need a reinforcement that's ready. Perfect. Okay. Meanwhile, checking in. Oh, they got themselves a nice little Navy now. Their 5th Navy. But it's just corvettes. Just corvettes. And that's just corvettes. The 4th Navy. Meanwhile, the 2nd Navy is very soft. Very, very soft indeed. I have a feeling that the 2nd Navy has been taking a beating from our Air Force as part of the defenses here. Speaking of defenses, they're full, but they've got 2 units that are about to drop away, and then they'll have no infantry when they are gone. I think there are some penalties involved with that would give us a pretty healthy advantage with these guys who have come under attack. Let's go ahead and get them reinforced while we're at it. Keeping them at full strength is very, very important to holding off and softening up the enemy, and then eventually attacking. That is our upgrade. Oh, that's right. I need to be upgrading these guys. They have arrived, so we do have our deployed upgraded 3rd tier unit, and they've been reinforced. So on we go, attacking the capital. Wondering if maybe it's that cruiser that's been trying to attack our battalion, I don't know. Hard to say where the attacks have come from, but that cruiser is absolutely taking damage. I mean, I'm not seeing them in the battle sequence here. Defeat, yes, but look how close they are. And, you know, we just keep softening these guys up. It's all good. It's all good. Crap, there they are. First Navy is nearly ready to go again. Simple move orders seem to take a little less of a reset time than combat and move orders. Yeah, I don't want to have to go to war with Mali just to be able to actually fight the war with Magellan. All right, let's avoid them, so we'll go to the interior and back in. Now, diesel looking better with 228 plywood. Looked better for a moment, anyway. So that's another 28 diesel now in production. We have plenty of crude oil, by the way. Looks like we need to produce more ammunition as well. Our production rate is only 11. Now, we're not actually using the 132, right? That's all the units if they were all under constant supply. And they're not, which is why we have some in stock. But it's not much. So we definitely need to produce more. I mean, artillery shells we addressed, that's 69. That's a lot more. And it's actually, I think it's actually building up even though it says negative. And so, yeah, ammunition. Let's go with ammunition, and vegetables are all used up. Well, that Navy has disappeared on us once again, and they definitely haven't gone down this way, so fingers crossed we have a path. But let's start working on these guys. They do have two militia units and a garrison of some sort. 7. That's gonna take a little bit to knock down and take control over, but with our upgraded infantry, upgraded military period, it won't be too bad. Defeat, yes, but we've wiped out the militia units, but all 7 garrison remain. And I mean, look at that. That's a little bit of a beating. That's going to require some reinforcements, but we do have it up. As we're heading down to the south, we'll take the mountain. Okay, we are going to reinforce these couple of units. They've softened up a little bit. It would be really nice to unlock a trait. Ooh, we have bombs and aluminum sheets. We can all damage of this army towards region upgrades and garrisons. Garrisons is doubled. We'll take that. It's gonna be 7 days till that's ready, though. All right, vegetables and rubber. Negative balance and low supply. 3 new vegetable fields should very much help us out on the vegetable front. And 1 built-up rubber factory brings in 32 rubber, which should help offset the negative 29 balance that we're carrying. And if I could find the other... need water. If I could find the other one in the area, I could actually get it upgraded. I'm hoping we're going to find other nodes that have some sort of bypass mechanism, which this area is a given. Trade winds. This area, unlikely. Pretty unlikely that we're going to find anything until you get down into this area, potentially, as you do have some islands out there. That's going to be tricky, because for now we're already past that point. All right, mostly recovered. We're going to need to get some pounders made up or get those guys upgraded. And I don't think I have enough artillery to do any sort of 3rd tier stuff yet. I think we're still stuck on those pounders. But we do take out that first garrison. Ooh, hello. Wait, is that a blimp or is that's an airship? That's an airship. Damage versus land is 4 to 15. Versus naval also a little bit. Alright, well, let's tell them to deploy, and then in the meantime, well, let's attack. Oh, look what's gone. Infantry. Infantry has been replaced. I'm almost curious what our battalion could do against them now. Softened up a little bit, but they have all those garrisons. They have like 20 garrisons. And they're up to 7, so they did replace one of those infantry units already with a squad of something. Another tank, I think. Meanwhile, the 2nd Navy, enough to start moving us into Europe, they are waiting on cruisers. They are waiting on cruisers, and we do not have them. So checking in here on the shipyard. How are we looking? We're still working on destroyers, and we only have 4 in supply. And no, we've taken care of the corvettes. We have 10 now in reserve, 5 destroyers in supply, but those cruisers, it's going to be a while before we even get to them. So, do I need another shipyard? And we should probably be doing something for like cash reduction. Bricks are down to 15, and that's been a little bit of a problem here lately, so let's increase our brick production. Ooh, here is a bypass place right here. We're gonna go straight into that and hope that they move past that way so that we can slip past them. Otherwise, we also have an alternative out here that if we're lucky, we'll connect down here. Alright, we are behind them. They have moved past us, so our Navy now can proceed on forward. We got one little obstacle, but that means they haven't moved past that point. They've just been staying nearby to their homeland. That's good news for me. Speaking of, let's go. Eating boots and belts. Army supply reaches poor status. Oh no. Got an achievement of the not pleasant variety. Not sure what's wrong with our army supply. We have plenty of things. Garrison down to 4. Okay, these guys have arrived. The next one's on the way. These guys are feeling it a little bit. We do not have the fighters. We're going to have to get more fighters ordered, but let's go ahead and take... Oh, come on. 4th tier! It's like World War II era soldiers now. How in the world are they so far militarily, but not elsewhere? Oh, there's that dropping of the bombs. These bombs are going to do a lot more damage than these fighters can, just making strafing runs. Oh, did you see that drop? Holy crap. Oh, that was a lot more softening than anything we've done previously when we get that 2nd unit in there as well. We've got to keep up with the Air Force, though, right? The fighters, they need some help, so we need to get back out there. How are these guys doing? No damage. Do I want to get it up? Well, I might have to get the upgraded now because they're stepping ahead of us. Speaking of, we need to go check on some things here. Let's get our Air Force. Light fighters getting made. The triplanes are what we're using right now, but we're making some light fighters and light bombers. Meanwhile, there's our airship. They're working on that. Let's get some more triplanes made. So we've got some reserves again. Keep this unit functioning. Those guys are deploying. They are awaiting orders on anything new. I'm thinking we can probably... Yeah, that's the triplane. That's what we're using now. We've bypass the recon biplane. Uh, the light fighter actually does a decent amount of damage kind of anywhere. Aerial, great, but land and naval, it's going to do a fair amount. Those light bombers will be nice. We need 20 light fighters, but we'll queue them up. And then you can eventually kind of start decommissioning those guys, as we don't have a full squadron anyway. Vegetables do have that positive balance now, once again. Ammunition running quite low. Even though we doubled our production, we are going to need to produce more than that. What we're doing expansion wise is outpacing, and the rubber still. So more rubber, more ammunition. Reach 10k residents in your city. We have an upgrade to the town center as a result. That is our fifth tier. Eventually you get 25 and 50k as the final target. Protectionism, Gallus or merits. Let's see, immigration interest. This is more about the benefit than anything else right now. Immigration interest for manufacturers is high, or technicians is high on the Legalis. Artillery attack, protectionism. I certainly like artillery attack. Trade deals, no big deal, but production of tier 3 resources +2. That's nice. I don't care about the luxuries or the interest, so we're going to stay away from merits. Artillery is nice, production in tier 3, and immigration. Like, you're getting a double for Legalis and it keeps us neutral. I guess that's where we're going then. Double benefit. Oh, I think this is new. I don't remember there being animations before. Maybe there was. Looking nice. Getting that navy moved on down. And can you guys put up a fight right now? Do we have 39 pounder guns at the moment? We do not. I think they're going to be capable, especially as they soften this garrison up, right? There's less firepower coming back. It's down to 4 units. Its firepower is only 14. Down to 2. Yeah, taking a little bit of a beating. They do need some rest and recuperation and reinforcements, but they'll finish them off soon enough and get in there, and then we just have the Atlantic coastline, and we will be completely in control of the Americas, bar our one enemy to the south. But still don't have the fighter planes at the moment. I think I can risk it though, especially with the kind of damage we're doing, and now with 2 bombers we're doubling the fire intensity. I think we're going to start inflicting a lot of damage on them, and then our navy is getting awfully close to coming in and doing the same. Oh, love it. Wiped that unit and did some serious damage to the other units, and look what's not even present. The infantry's gone already. Probably. Here's my assumption on that one. The infantry is gone because they took damage and could not reinforce. They could not reinforce because it was a new unit that they had only just unlocked. They had only probably barely made it to enough production to get that first unit put out, trained, right, and rolled out into the battalion. They took the damage, couldn't reinforce, so they just eliminated them. And we are really putting some damage on them now. Obviously these fighters are going to need some reinforcement, but we're not terribly far off from trying to see what we can do here. But the big thing is those garrisons, right? There's 20 garrisons, and the navy is going to have to help us out with that one. But we can bypass this node here, so we're going to be able to go straight on down to that one here shortly, which means we've got 1, 2, 3 nodes before we then clear the path on the neutral one that they haven't been bothered with. And then we'll be able to take out that first navy of theirs, which is its second navy. It's added 2 cruisers to it, but I don't know how they're keeping up. Like, they have so many. It's just cruisers. They're very weak, but they have 5 naval units. We know of 3 in the area. Haven't seen the other 2. But that's crazy, right? That is crazy that they are running 3 navies with so many ships. Weak ships, nonetheless, but a lot of ships. That's a lot of diesel that they're using up, and we're having a hard time with that with basically 1 navy. Definitely stronger than what they have. And they are ready. They are ready to move. Oh, and new unit ready to deploy. So deploy they will. 24 days till they're going to get there, but I would imagine it's going to take us about that long to actually get into the fight. And these guys are ready to go again. And yes, they've taken that beating, but it's close enough now. It's close enough that we're going to take a lot less damage than we were taking. And that's why I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. It's down to 1 unit. They will finish them off, and then we'll get them reinforced as we move back into Mato Grosso so that we can get into the Brazilian highlands and then come south to support the war and finish them off. So that'll give us 2 battalions, 1 Air Force squadron, and 1 naval squadron to take this. I think between the 4, I think they absolutely will get the job done for us. Certainly that's the hope. And probably without any additional reinforcements being necessary. Insufficient electricity. We stole your electricity, did we? Insufficient electricity. Ramp up production here, there, somewhere, and something gets out of balance. Enough resources, not enough resources. So what's wrong with the resources? Well, this is wrong with the resources, but what about the stock? That's the big thing. Light fighters in production. Jewelry. We need to get jewelry. We need to get gold on the go. That was kind of the last thing we unlocked, but we're okay. We are okay. There's no lack of resources. We have them. It's just got to get delivered. So there's gold in them there hills. The problem is we are surrounded by them there hills in order to get out. Hopefully we can get a road back here to bypass before I even put this in. Let's see if that's the case, because otherwise there's the other location for gold is this little island down here. Now that's not too bad of a connection to try to run, but we're already down in the southwest. We already have stuff happening just right up here. So can we get around? Let's go with gravel. All right, gold production is up and running. We'll find out what we can do with it here soon enough, but let's get back out on that world map and keep pressure on. Oh. The last fight, unnecessary. Their navy, with a 99% likelihood of victory, decided that's the time to do something, and so they did something. So we just march right in. Now we just have to wait to march back, but we also have to reinforce. So let's make sure that the reinforcement is happening. Okay, we're still short pounder guns for the last artillery piece there, but otherwise we're good. Fighters, yes, we have them. We will reinforce the weakest one. The others are not ready. But that unit's ready to deploy, so please do so. They'll be here in just over a day. So we'll wait that long for these guys to reinforce. They're getting very, very low, and with the extra fighters, it's gonna get bigger, better, stronger again. So this Air Force unit is going to inflict quite a bit of damage, cleaning up a lot of what's there, just leaving the garrison then for the Navy to take care of. There we go. Jewelry made from gold and silver, of course. Yeah, it's only going to produce 2 at a time, and we already have demand for 4, so we absolutely want to raise the production, cut the cost, I'd probably do this twice because that's only 3. So with demand being at 4, let's go ahead and make an additional jeweler. And this should start to become a pretty good financial resource for us. Insufficient workforce, so it's the specialists. Specialists need it, and you guys need water. Specialist high rise, only the like 3rd of its kind. Oh, hey. Well, let's also fix this. Just checking in. Health and safety are where there are still concerns. And I already put in the electricity, but that was not enough. We need another power substation, apparently. It looks like we need some health and safety. So, well, let's get... develop. Oh, look at all those development points for this research center. Hell yeah. Big hospital. Let's make sure the hospital has some extra range to it. That sounds like we have a riot. It is. We have a riot. After all this time. And none of them are particularly mad. We have ourselves a riot just as we're trying to address their needs. We're putting things out here for them, and now they're rioting now that those are arriving. Definitely finding it weird with none of the groups having any outstanding issues, and morale is generally high. All of their food needs are met. All 90% or better of their luxury needs are met. Mostly their education needs are being met. Their health, their safety needs, and I've just addressed both of those, though those numbers aren't changing. So we've addressed them, yet the numbers aren't changing. I'm gonna have to maybe repair some buildings. And it's these guys. It's the laborers. It's the laborers that have been acting out. And maybe it's because this is the outer edge, and they're not in range. They're not in range of the schools and things that we put in before. So I think we need to add elementary school here as well. We'll tuck it in back here. Another riot. Another riot. Not understanding what's going on. Like why they're not happy. When their needs are mostly met. And we've been in this 60, 61, even down to 55 range for ages. We've never had riots. Since the beginning, anyway. And yet we get them again now. But admittedly, I did not have a police station in this area pretty much at all. That's just the rioters setting a fire. Alright, let's get out on the world map. That's the main thing we need to focus on right now. Another riot. Manufacturers again. How's your reinforcements going? You need that pounder. We don't have 48. That's clear, isn't it? We're just gonna walk right in. Alright, Air Force. Do we have fighter planes? Yes. But let's go ahead. They're in good enough shape. Let's go. Okay, they have added some again. They're back up to 8 units. They have reinforced a lot. We gave them time to recoup just a bit, but with the additional bombers and the damage we're causing now, there's not much they're doing to us, and we're doing a lot more to them. And the new fighter unit we added is stronger than the previous fighters, more effective. Look like we just put a whole lot of hurting on them. Wiped out one artillery unit completely and did a lot of damage to the others. Yes. Okay. Yes. The Air Force is doing its job. Holy cow, this riot. They're still, the riot's growing. It's like once it's taken off. We have police units, just not stopping them. Oof. Well, some building just got destroyed, and now we got a whole lot of repairs, but at least the fire's out. More riots. As the riot goes past, another unit decides to join them. They're happy, but they're not happy enough, I guess. It's like we had a 0.1% chance of rioting at the current rate of happiness, and that's why we haven't had one. But with a 0.1% chance, it's like it hit the lottery. The lottery started the riot, but the riot is spreading because that's what it does. So it's not a 0.1% chance on the other one. They go past a building and they see them rioting, and they're like, oh, yeah, huh, ho hum, I'm not so happy. I guess I decide that I'm mad. You know, the 5 buildings before them looked at them and laughed and said, no, we're good. But that one building was like, yeah, right? The odds increased drastically because there was a riot outside their door. And so the riot moves, and then the riot moves, and then the riot sets a fire, and it continues. It continues. We're definitely not in the clear yet on that one, and there could be more. But it's moving towards the city center and away from our population base. The groups are going to get smaller as we had our less established buildings. We'll be fine. We will be fine, right? We're fine anyway. It's not that big of a deal. March on in there. Yes, it was empty. Clear the path. They're still deploying 15 more days. That's okay. That is okay. I figured we'd be down to, 5 or 6 by now. It's far out, but it's all good. It's all good. That's almost no damage. And we move forward. Are you going to move forward? You're not going to move forward? Oh, you're going to make me wait a turn? Alright, how we looking? How we looking? Okay, reinforce? Yes. Reinforce? No, not enough. We need more fighter planes. I might be okay losing that unit and going down to 3. So like I said, we have the upgradable, and we have traits now. What I don't know is, what is this particular? No. Tundra. They do have an upgrade now. Is that what is that? Are they building an airfield? Is that a runway? That looks like bombs. Might be. They might be trying to build themselves a runway, but of course Air Force will have the stronger. It is an airbase. That is an airbase under construction, but it looks like they're only just getting started. Just getting started. We're fine. We are fine. Tundra, I said, yes. So, what's your bonus? Do we have a Tundra bonus? Arctic Fox, Tundra. There it is. Okay. Increased attack and defense in Tundra per command level. 3 levels. 6% bonus is my understanding of that. Every time we attack, it's using up those supplies. I get it. It's a cost of attack. It's not like a daily cost. It's not a running daily cost. It's each time you attack. At least I think that's what's going on there. The 20 garrisons is definitely a big thing, but that army battalion in there is just getting beat up. We just wiped out 3 units. 3 units totally wiped out, and the other 3 are in pretty bad shape, meaning they're not going to have much to defend with besides the garrisons. And there's your recipe for the garrisons, and it's war on. Naval war. 3 cruisers with some damage already. The First Navy is almost ready. We do not have the additional, but we have 4 cruisers and 3 destroyers, and the destroyers are a lot more effective. So we've got the upper hand, but that's going to take a little bit of a process, but it's a process that's going to begin momentarily. Alrighty, and they can't bypass us either, so there's no way for them to go around. The fight is on. The head-to-head naval. Our cruisers, like, that hurt. That certainly hurt a little bit, but oh, beautiful. Like, half destroyed in one sneaking battle. So it looks like one more, and they'll clean them up, and they'll probably take less damage as a result. We might need to call in some reinforcements. I have about 10 cruisers, or corvettes, that is. Yeah, recruit 1 corvette. So I think we'll be able to replenish them. After that, it's all destroyer plus. We're not using corvettes anymore. All right, lots of negative balances. Not looking great. But what about the stock? Ammunition, definite problem that needs addressing. Newspapers, is that the reason why the riots are happening? I didn't get my newspaper delivered today, even though there's a lot of them out there. Share. Gramophones. Bombs, also a problem. We're using a lot more bombs now. So bombs and ammunition. So we're putting 3 factories in. They're the same type, so we're going to make 1 for bombs and the other 2 for ammunition, and then of course get them all fully upgraded. And as these are pretty expensive, we'll cut the cost significantly. So that's going to be 36 more on the ammunition production side. And 6 more bombs. We need more manufacturers. Okay, the riots seem to have come to a halt. Like I said, you get into less dense neighborhoods. There's just less influence, and we had multiple police stations kind of overlapping coverage of this area, and they did enough to peacefully end the riots. Ooh, look at all those new fancy cars we have. Hey, here's something we haven't checked in a while. Research panels, 15, 15, 15, 15. Civics are still at a 12, but we did just add some new civics buildings. It was an 11, so it's a 12 at least now. Transport's also 15. Morale, very close to a 13. Military, getting close to 12. What did we unlock at 11? Garrison I already got. The light fighters and the light bombers, which are in production. What do we get for 12? Well, nothing good. It's 13, 14, and 15 where we get all the final tier stuff, and that's going to be a process. You're going to have a pretty large military force, I think, to make that last bit happen. We do have 1 breakthrough that we can at least put in. It's all going to go into that military now, because that's the key to winning this thing. Speaking of key to winning this thing, how is this all looking in terms of domination? Yeah, we're 20k ahead of anybody else, and we've almost got total control of the Americas, but we've got to start our invasion of Europe before too long here. Diplomacy, yeah, not good, but nobody's doing good. And there's another fight between others. Another fight has erupted. In fact, the Empire of Spice now has two wars themselves. And yeah, we're still ahead by almost 300,000 ahead of Magellan, so they're still number 2. That's our direct opponent. Australia, okay, don't like us, right? Don't like us, but we're not at war with them. And then Empire of Spice. I think we could avoid Australia in a war, but we might have to watch out, have some sort of QRF force to protect the Pacific side and react relatively quickly if they ever were to invade. But would they? Will we see them? Will we be able to recognize it? I don't know. I do not know. But that Empire of Spice, right? That's going to be the other one. And Yugoslav, we're not at war with them, actually. So it's... or Bali Empire, for that matter. So we'd be kind of moving into the neutral territory to then get after, eventually, our other opposition, the which one is it? Empire of Spice. So Mali, right, covering Africa, Yugoslav covering Central Eastern Europe. Is that empire? Yes, there is your Empire of Spice, and there is your Empire of Spice. No, that's minor. And there is somebody's battalion. That's not what I was trying to click on. What is this? Oh, Siberian tribes. Right, that makes sense. Are they at war with each other? That will definitely slow them down. And Australia is just Australia. Like, that's what they hold. Have they not gotten into a navy? Well, it looks like they have. That appears to be their navy, but maybe they have not tried to expand into, Southeast Asia or Oceania, whichever direction. But getting into Africa is getting more challenging, right, by the day, as they cover a lot of the territory, including the Atlantic. So I still think this is kind of your path forward, and maybe skirt around, Scandinavia to get at Empire of Spice to try to win this thing. But I don't know what it's going to take to win this thing. But if we can get that second navy launched, and then we can board them, we can start to, move beyond our shores and see what, if anything, is up here. I'm guessing it's kind of nothing, but I don't know. We haven't had trade partners for a little while. Well, we are. Trade with local smuggler finalized. So we should be getting map details on regions. There's just a lot of regions we still don't know. Anyway, these guys are ready to engage, so let's do it. It's just me, or are they down to 2 units? So. Did they... Yes! Win 5 naval battles. Achievement, and we just finished off their second navy, and with really not anything too worrying casualty wise, but let's begin work on these guys, and they are just 7 garrisons. It's going to take a little bit, and that artillery of ours is in a little bit of trouble, but let it be. If we lose that unit, we will replace them. And hopefully with something higher tier. Down to 5. Pounders. Yeah, we do not have 60 pounders. I need to go check on our 4th. But let's use our Air Force. We don't have the fighters either. I'm not replenishing them at the moment. Okay, they've replaced with 3 new infantry units. So we're just beating up and killing their supply. I love it. I mean, we're doing a little damage to our own, but we're clearly twice as far along economy-wise, GDP, and it's got to be paying off. It's got to be paying off, right? We are destroying their economy through this. Woo! Upgrade. Air Force. 20 garrison. And no units lost, but look how much damage they've taken. They've got, 4 already on the verge, and 3 of those are new. And we did get that new air unit in place. Meanwhile, these guys are still not hurting at all. All right, let's check on our 4 battalions. So, 1st Battalion has been upgraded to 3rd tier. Let's see what we can do about replace. We can all do 3rd tier now. 120 submachine guns, but they are already upgraded to that. But 85 field howitzers for 1. That's a crazy, crazy amount. And I don't think we have that yet. 65 medium tanks. So 1st Battalion, we will not touch that one. We will leave it currently upgraded as a mixed tier 2, tier 3 unit. 2nd Battalion is the one at the front. And they are not fully upgraded. Do we want to upgrade? Even though these guys are veteran units, let's replace them with an upgraded. We'll make it 3. We'll get them deployed. Meanwhile, we're still tier 2 on the other stuff. That'll make them a little bit stronger, even though they'll lose the veteran status. And here is 3rd Battalion, the one currently taking South America. And yeah, they've got a little bit of a problem here. But if they go out, we will try to use our first group of howitzers to replace them. And we should get these guys, reinforced. We won't bother with them. They're going to get upgraded here fairly soon. No, more riots? Come on. Come on, everybody's 60 plus now. We've improved it. Okay, hey, looky, who is almost ready to deploy? Almost ready. They are on their final squad before we have a full tier 3, tier 2 mixed battalion. And then they can deploy wherever I want for that 4th Army. But this is ridiculous. Clearly it started in this area last time as well, so I don't think we have any sort of coverage up there, which is why we need like these guys, and yeah, leave a little space there, and these guys, and that should help. That should help. We will pull that in, connect that up. Electricity? No, they're good. Let's give them some extra effective range. And a little cost reduction. That riot actually got put down really fast. Really fast. So yeah, we're looking better. Alright, back out here. Their navy is gone, out of the way. So we move forward. I would help with these garrisons, but we have a mission. We have a very important mission. These guys, reinforcement's done, so let's get on with it. These guys can handle it, even though that navy could help us speed it up, but we need to get that navy down here. Oh, they're still alive. Down to 3. Whoa, they are suddenly up to 4 infantry units and 3 tank and artillery units, which means they were at 7, I think it was, a little bit ago. They're down to 3 of them, and they're not replenishing that. They're putting infantry in its place, which is cheaper units. We've needed these bombers for a long time, but making a real difference. 3 infantry units wiped out and 1 tank unit. They're down to 2 tank units, one of those new. 1 new infantry unit and 1 artillery unit that's almost wiped out. And we've gotten veteran status now for 5 of these units. So those air units weren't doing much damage, so they weren't picking up much experience. But now that we've got the bombers, the bombers are doing so much damage that they are leveling up quickly now because they're inflicting. So the more damage you actually do, the more experience you're gaining, is the lesson learned on that one. Something up here is triggering a memory, and I don't quite recall. And jokingly, not seriously, but what's that old wartime adage about bread and bombs? That's how you get through war. Bread and bombs. Well, that's what we need right now. Now, is that a Winston Churchill thing? I don't know. I can't say. I don't recall. But sure feels like that's where that would have come from. Bread and bombs. That's what we need at the moment. So let's get some more bombs made. We have those bomb factories like right down here. Can we squeeze in another in the line? Oh, yes, we can. So that's going to be bombs, and then we'll get bread. Ooh, we've got a lot of production problems, and I don't think that it's because we don't have the resources. I mean, it could be a factor, but I think it's we need another depot in the area. Please fit there. Oh, it fits perfectly. All right, 2 more upgraded bakeries to help us out, and of course, more bombs. More bombs. So back out here on the world map, somebody's free to move south, so let's do so. And somebody is going to lose a unit. Somebody's going to lose an experienced unit at that. But we're okay, because I would like to upgrade, and I would like to upgrade, so just do it. Just do it. Otherwise we have to disband anyway, right? And it's materials, as we've already kind of committed to some things, and we're victorious. That was 3 garrisons. They brought down 3 garrisons there. Yes, we do lose the artillery unit, but let's move on in. Okay, we're down to one unit standing in our 1 province, plus of course the final Turret del Fuego. They could be reinforced, but no, let's get back. Air Force is fine. They're fine. Wiped out completely. They have no battalion, but they still have 20 garrisons. And they do have an airfield now. They just don't have an air force yet. But we will have to be careful about that air force potential. But for now, there's nothing they can do. Our air force can't touch their garrisons. But we can make a shortcut right across here and then right into there. Yeah, we're coming. Our navy is nearly on top of them now. And Pompous is the only other, and it's only 3 garrisons, so these guys are going to finish them off here quite soon as well. The end is nigh for the Magellan's faithful. Oh, hey, victory points. But I'm not on this list. So I don't know if I have victory points. Hey, what's this? Governor rumor has his soldiers' fields alike in the surrounding area are dropping like flies, dying in heaps, their bodies piled up and burned on a mass funeral pyre. I'm so sorry. All this looks like something we've already seen in the trenches late in the Great War. Yeah, okay. Okay. Death and destruction. Death and destruction. Alright, well, let's move. Now, we do have to watch out as they could try to slip past us at this point. Alright, we need to go replenish our... new riots. So even with morale going up and up and up, we're still encountering riots. This must have been from the fact that we've moved up to 10k for our population. Their demands went up. It's like we got into a new era, and the people got more bold. Okay, they are training... Oh, that's right. We were replacing a unit there. Here, we need to replace, and we're going to put in 85 field howitzers. The big question is how that howitzer supply is doing, as we were certainly working on it, but we did not have it. I should move all these vehicle factories next to one another. Okay, 235 medium tanks, they're making 25 more. 47 pounder guns and 105 light tanks. We'll queue up a few more pounder guns. Well, not 5. The other two vehicle factories were much closer together, so this is our one working on the field howitzers. They've already made up 153, so that first unit will be crafted, will be constructed, and these guys are helping with field howitzers as well. So yeah, good. We're on our way, folks. It's gonna happen. But what equals victory in this game? Well, at this point, I don't know. I kind of assumed we'd already be there by now, right? Having total control of the Americas, except for 2 provinces. So that's what we need to work on. And speaking of control, how are we doing? 1 unit ready to deploy. The other one's at 73%. Eventually, we're going to make more. But I think once I have a couple, we can deploy. So they will be out to sea soon enough. These guys are still 8 days away. 8 days. Maybe we need to reinforce. We have some corvettes. Let's do so. Let's reinforce there. Give them to full strength before they take on those garrisons. They will fight back, and there are 20 of them. So there is a little bit of firepower there, but we will have a healthy advantage. Healthy. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.